Chinnaville wasn't the kind of town that made headlines until the recent string of murders began. Tucked against a stretch of thick pine forest and misty hills, it had once been a place where people passed through each other with a warm smile. But the cemetery on the town's outskirts had changed that, which was once a place of tranquility, has now become a center for multiple deaths. First, it was the cemetery guard, then a nurse followed by a college girl, and the recent 2 months-old tragedy of an army cadet. Now no one dared to walk the cemetery path after dusk, except for Aaron Bryce. Aaron, a young banker, well-dressed, well-mannered, and well-broken, whose heart had been buried months ago, the day his lover, Mia, was found lifeless among the mossy gravestones. She used to visit Aaron often during her college breaks, her laugh filling his cold apartment with warmth and music. They had plans: Paris, Prague, a new life far from Chinnaville, but she never made it out. The police found her body under a weathered oak tree. No leads, just one whisper: sealers. Since then, Aaron visited the cemetery every Sunday. Rain or shine, he brought her roses, sat in silence, told her what his life had become. On one particular evening, though, the air was colder than usual. The sun dipped early, casting long shadows over the forest road that led to the cemetery. Aaron walked the path alone, hands in his coat pockets, the bouquet trembling slightly in his grasp. The sound of his shoes crunching on gravel was soon joined by something else. It seemed like footsteps, but as he paused, it became silent again. He started walking again, faster this time. A twig snapped behind him. He turned, nothing but trees. But something wasn't right. The air felt tighter, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Aaron began to move quicker. The cemetery was still a few hundred yards away, just past the bend in the path. Then, from the corner of his eye, he saw movement, a man standing still, too focused to be lost, too still to be a human. The roses fell to the ground as panic gripped him. His breath came in ragged gasps as he reached near the rusted gates of the cemetery. He pushed through the gates, staggering past the rows of crumbling headstones, straight to Mia's grave. He stumbled in front of her gravestone and tried catching his breath, but before he could react, a hand reached from the shadows, after which a flash of steel was seen. Aaron suddenly experienced a sharp, wet pain. The knife pierced between his ribs, straight into his heart. Aaron collapsed beside Mia's tombstone, eyes wide with realization. The face of the killer staring down at him with maniacal laughter playing on lips, the same one the papers warned about, but no one ever found. Aaron's body went still. His hand fell just inches from Mia's grave. Sealers then vanished once more into the trees. On the next day, the police investigated the body of Aaron and came to the conclusion that it was the work of Sealers, the forest killer. Chinnaville was left with another mystery, another grave, and the chilling reminder that death still walked among them. But this time, the death didn't seem like the end. Something changed below the cemetery ground. The victims' dissatisfied souls were eager for their revenge.